Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Shaq Briggs here on Sunday, May 5th. Cinco de Mayo. I forgot to say that on the jam session. I don't know how I forgot to say that. But happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody out there celebrating. Um, but today is a money-making Sunday. Y'all know what we do here, man. We cook up basically every single game on the card. We got a nice Major League Baseball. We got a game 7 in the NBA. And we got a game 7 in the NHL and a game 1 in the NHL as well. So plenty to talk about. A lot happened yesterday, so I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about a lot of that too. Mitch, how you doing today, my man?
Hanging in there, man. Just a busy morning here, as always. Been at it since about 5 a.m. So, hopefully it helps out. I did not have my best day yesterday in Major League Baseball, but as usual, it doesn't take many to make it not so bad. It's like, so 2-4, but I think I was only down like 1 unit or something. So take it, but would rather win. That's for sure. Not going to sit here and say I'm happy that I didn't lose that much. That's not how it works for me, man. I'm not a good loser.
Yep, me either. I lost yesterday. The T-Wolves. Man. Them boys done grew up, man. It's early, though. It's still early in the series. A lot of overreacting on the media. A lot of overreacting. We'll see how it shapes out. We'll talk about it.
Game 2 will be tell the story. Game 2 and 4.
Brian B. What's happening, my man?
Yeah, I can relate. Pretty similar 0-3 yesterday. 3+ money dogs, losers, and just I'm a sore loser. I'm going to bounce back today. I like the Major League Baseball card, and I think there's some opportunities there today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's bounce back on a money making Sunday. KT, Kevin Thomas, what's happening?
Yesterday 2-2 overall. I don't understand why everyone loved the Nuggets. Timberwolves have been sleeping on that game for a whole year now, so I knew we were going to get their best effort game 1. So I did have the Timberwolves, so thank God for that. Other than that, great weekend except for the rain. Other than that, great weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's keep it rolling today. David Racy, what's happening, my man?
Not much. Excited for these two game 7s today. I'm really interested to see if the Magic can get over the hump or if Donovan Mitchell can lead Cleveland to the second round. But I'm excited for it. I'm kind of bummed it's at 1. It's when it's later in the day, it's cool to look forward to it, but it'll be over pretty quick.
Oh, what's the movie that TNT put in for the other game? We got to find out. I'll find out.
Later.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a whole discussion on what the movie would be. Jay thinks it's Transformers. Let's see.
TNT known to throw that Transformers on there. Shot Lola Buff. Murphy, what's happening, my man?
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat from yesterday. I'd like to say it was a winning day, but baseball didn't go my way. A couple totals that the A's offense just exploded. We were all over that one on the show yesterday, talking about the A's. Were going to be money yesterday. Didn't expect them to score 20 runs. So interesting there. Glad I stayed away from the NBA game 1. I think same thing there in that game yesterday. We were all a little leery of that one. Mentioned it was a pretty sharp number there. T-Wolves win it. We'll see. Kind of anticipate the Nuggets to bounce back in game 2. So that'll be for tomorrow. Big card today with lots of baseball and like we said, the game 7s.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jovan, what's happening, my man? How you doing today?
Yeah, what's going on? Yesterday was a positive day for me. Went 5-4, but when you're dealing with plus money, plays, it makes that 5-4 look, better than that. So I was up a couple units. Had the Timberwolves on the money line. Had the under in that. So I went 2-0 on NBA, and as far as the MLB. I went 2-4, but because I hit a couple, plus money plays, it didn't look as bad. So, when you're dealing with MLB and you're dealing with no plus money, underdog plays, the losses on that side aren't going to be as great as if you're dealing with minus 170, minus 200. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was a good day overall. And been the plus money, so just looking to keep it going.
I didn't end up going to look and see if you put it in. Did you put your hockey play in? And was it the Bruins?
Oh yeah. I hit on the under. Easy.
We'll call you a sellout on that one.
Hey, listen, when the gift horse is staring you in the face, you gotta,
Yeah, that's
the rest.
It's bullshit.
Free money. Gotta take it.
I'll just start putting Canadian football picks in, just throw a couple darts, man. It's like seriously.
Hey, four NHL plays all year. I can't say I'm switching sides.
Well, we want to hear your review of Pitch Perfect and Pitch Perfect 3 tonight on TNT instead of the Bucks Pacers. So.
Yeah, Bucks couldn't hold their own. Bucks couldn't force a game 7.
Too. Or no, it was supposed to be here.
Oh, was it Mavs Clippers?
Yeah, Mavs.
Oh, Pitch Perfect 3. We don't even get Pitch Perfect 2. Just 1 and 3.
That's hilarious.
I mean, they must just have those things on a reel, man.
Mitch, before we get into it, did you catch Canelo last night?
I did not watch it. I kind of was by that point I was kind of just done.
Yeah, it was late. I was cooked too, but
I had the Braves. That was my chance to like finish with a positive day. I was down like 4-0, man. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here in the dark. It's like I fit on House Hunters, man. That's when you know it's getting bad. It's like 2017 House Hunters.
Yeah, the fight was pretty cool last night. The young gun came out. It looked good early. The young gun looked real good early, but experience, the Canelo.
Well, they're never gonna in that there's the 2 days where it's like they're always gonna give the Mexican fighters like the layup fights, that Cinco de Mayo fight that they always have every year.
It wasn't really a layup. It wasn't.
It was an absolute setup. And then there's the Mexican Independence Day is the other one. So there's Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day. There's Mexican Independence Day and those two. And there's always a big fight out in Vegas for those.
Yeah. So shout out Canelo. It was a good fight. UFC was kind of crazy last night too. Shout out to you to watch all that. But let's make some money today now, fellas. Starting let's start Major League Baseball.
What does Canelo have? Like 400 fights? Is that what it is?
I think he's now like 61.
He's got like 4.
I think he's 61, 2-2 now.
Wow. But he has even more than that, like his amateur and stuff. So
all right, man. Let's pair these games up. We got the Colorado Rockies and the Pirates. Got the Detroit Tigers, the hype train, versus the Yankees. And we got the Blue Jays and the Nationals. As we usually do here on the weekend, Money Man Mitch, lead us off.
All right. Well, definitely some interesting games going on here. So we did Pirates, Yankees, and Nationals, right? All right. So Alek Manoah gets the start here for the Blue Jays, and we know he has been terrible in the minor leagues.
Where's Ruffalo when you need him?
I gotta say, man, it looks like a setup. I mean, this is a classic setup, man. It's like, for me, it's a no play all the way on that thing. I'm going to straight Ruffalo that, man, because it just seems almost way too easy because Mackenzie Gore has had these big outings. I would take the over 4.5 Ks on Manoah. I would take all the opposite, man, because there is no way they bring him up here and let him get just bombarded. They obviously know something. You see this all the time, man. You see them bring up like these mid-range minor league pitchers and stuff that come into the majors and all of a sudden just start tearing up. Mitchell Parker for the Nationals, right? It's like you just see it happen. It's like they kind of know something. So for me, I would steer clear of that thing, man. I would just stay the hell away. There's no reason to go anywhere near it. Then you got Faulkner versus Feltner in Pittsburgh. They're just trying to confuse us with who's actually on which team. Me, I get these guys confused when they're not even playing, when they're playing other series on the thing. But we got Faulkner versus Feltner. I don't even understand it, but I'll take the Pirates in this one. I don't love it, and I like Skubal against the Yankees. I think that the Pirates salvage a win in this one. The Tigers have the better bullpen, and I think that Skubal gets it to the bullpen with the lead. So I'll take the Tigers. But the other two games, normally I have at least an opinion, but my opinion on those other two games is they all stink. So I'm going to pass on the other two.
Brian B.
Yeah, I agree a lot with what Mitch said here, but I think I'm going to fall into the sucker play and take the Washington Nationals on the money line. Alek Manoah 0-4, just getting ripped apart in AAA. It almost seems too easy to fade them here, but Nationals playing winning baseball over their last 10. I think they get it done today. I'll take Washington.
KT, Kevin Thomas. I have a friend.
good.
I call KT, so I'm sorry.
I'm gonna agree with Mitch on the Detroit Yankees game. I don't think Detroit gets swept here. Pitching is way too good. They're gonna take this one and get us some plus money here.
David Racing.
Yeah, I do agree with what Mitch said on Manoah, kind of setting it up so he doesn't come up and fail. But it is just too much fun to bet against him, in my opinion. I do wish Chris was on this show.
I know. I can't believe he's playing.
Nothing fun about losing, and I'll tell you that much. I went 2-4 yesterday. I was down just very slightly. It was nothing fun. I was miserable.
I just don't see.
I even saw Mickey Mouse yesterday, man. I still was in a bad mood.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's how bad it got.
It's not good.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But he's been horrible. But it is an interesting situation. Out of the three games, I think I'm most confident in the Tigers Yankees. And while I do like the Tigers with Skubal on the mound, I think another play worth looking at would be the under, just based off how bad Detroit's offense has been. And then you have two decent pitchers on the mound. Skubal for Detroit's been one of the best in the majors this season. I think we see a lower scoring game there.
Sean.
Yeah, Mitch is right on the price. I mean, the price it screams trap, setup, whatever you want to say about the Nationals. But, the Jays are often an overvalued team. And I just think coming off that win yesterday, they get Manoah going. He did pitch well in his last minor league start, but he's got an ERA north of 8 in the minors this year. I'd be willing to take a shot here with the Nationals. I think Mackenzie Gore, he's been better this year. Jays are kind of a middling team against left-handers. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is with Manoah. If they just bring him up to maybe, he takes a few beatings up here and then they just finally cut ties with him or what. But we'll see. I think the Nats could be all right here. And that Pirates-Rockies game, you look at those two teams. Those are two of the worst offenses in baseball lately, 28th and 30th in OPS over the last week. I think that's kind of a first to 3 wins type of game. Even with the poor pitching matchup, I'll go with the under in that game.
Javon.
Yeah, how we're going to attack this Detroit Yankees game is we're going to take the under first 5 innings. Got Tariq Skubal on the mound. I think that unlike yesterday, we'll have a good performance out of him. He's been doing it all year. This is his best start in his career, basically. And Detroit, they're just a light-hitting bunch. So I expect Nestor Cortez to have a fairly decent out and to have a quality start as well. So shorten that game, first 5 under for that one. And I've never been scared to fade Alek Manoah. So just on the strength of him, getting his first start of the year, I'm just fading him. I'm on the Washington Nationals.
I'm on the Blue Jays. I'm on Alek Manoah. His last outing in the minors was solid. Hey. At home last year is really where he struggled, not really on the road. I think he's going to be much – I think he's ready. I've been looking for my man all year. Let's get it done. The Nationals, I get it. I understand the value and all that, but the Blue Jays, and I understand they're a middling team, not really playing all that well. I get all that. They are the better team, just flat out. They're the better team. Short price, trust Manoah. I know y'all don't.
How are the Blue Jays the better team? This is what I love. I love it when Jason makes a blanket statement. But how are they the better team? It's like based on what?
based on looking at who they have on the team.
Well, they don't have a better record, right?
Record
So how are
doesn't
they
mean
a better
everything
team?
at this current point of the season, bro. We know that. So, you know what I mean? Record doesn't do it for me. Record doesn't show everything. If you're sitting here trying to tell me the Nationals are better than the Blue Jays, I'm sorry, I'm not.
Blue Jays are ass, man.
I heavily disagree.
Ass. 3-7 in their last 10 games. Ass.
Not playing well is what I call that. So that's like saying the Nationals are better than the Astros. Are they?
Probably. At
No,
least right
they're
now
not.
they are. Today
not.
they are.
They're not. They're just playing a bad stretch of baseball. You know what I mean? They're going to get it together.
Maybe.
So that's how I see it. I see the better team, short price. Sign me up. Give me the Blue Jays. That Tigers Yankees is very interesting. Yankees are the better team, but Tyreek Skubal has been in that mode. Y'all know I love me some Skubal. I don't like the value there with the Detroit Tigers. I've been on the hype train all year. Me and David run that hype train. Let's go Tigers. They're going to get it done today behind Skubal. And that first game, Felter and Falter, I mean, oof. Take the over. And small lean on the Rockies with the value because the Pirates have been free falling. Next game's up, fellas. Keep it rolling. We got the Angels, Guardians, Mets, Rays, Red Sox, Twins. Them damn Twins. It's hot, man. Jovan, I'll start with you here in this back end. What you liking these three?
I'm on the Rays. I just like the way Ryan Pepio or Pepiot, however you want to say his name. I just like how he's pitching. That's really the long or the short of it. Luis Severino, he's pitching well. Also, but the Rays are a better team than what their record indicates as far as I'm concerned. Pepio, he should be able to go deep enough to where it sets up their rotation and who the manager's going to put in, for as far as relievers, it puts them in a good spot, I believe. So you always got to worry about the bullpens, to close the deal. But I expect a sweep out of these guys, to start to get back on track. I also like the under. I think it's going to be a low enough scoring games. I would take it under first 5 in full game. More first 5 than anything else, just to take the extra the bullpens out. And now that's it. I was gonna say something about the Boston Minnesota game, but I'll pass on that.
Shody. The Twins is hot, man. I hate them damn Twins. Everybody know it, but they hot. Losing streak, they're going to have one just as big coming back the other way at one point in the season. We know them. But for now, I can't fade them. Sean, what you thinking in these three, my man?
Yeah, I'm with you with the Twins. You got to wait till they cool off a little bit here. Once they take a loss, maybe we jump the other way, but I'll pass on that one. The other two games are the Guardians game. I kind of like the Guardians in the first 5 innings. Current Guardians hitters, they're 14 for 35, 400 batting average against Griffin Canning. Ramon Laureano, 7 for 17 with 3 home runs off him. So we'll see. That's I don't really trust that Cleveland bullpen all that much, and the price. This is kind of another tricky one where you kind of look at the price here. They're only laying minus 120, minus 125. Almost seems too easy. The two teams have opposite records. I'll stay safe on this one. Go first 5 innings with the Guardians. And the third game we were talking about there, the Rays and Mets. I had that written down at the start of the series as a possible sweep. Rays are going for it here now. Don't love the pitching matchup in this one because Luis Severino has really bounced back this year. He's been pretty good. He's cashed a couple under tickets in games he started. Still, though, you look at the Mets, 4 wins in their last 13 games. They salvaged the split against the Cubs at home and then came into this series. It seems like they got a little bit of support and haven't been able to do much at the plate. So I'll give the Rays the benefit of the doubt here today, and I'll back them to finish off this week.
There you go. David, what you liking these, my man?
Yeah, for the Twins, like you said, they're hot, 12 in a row. I don't love Joe Ryan. Cooper Criswell for the Red Sox has been.
Ryan's the ace of that staff. Okay.
Well, I get that. I don't love him. Criswell for Boston has actually had 2 solid starts in his last 2, but I'm just going to ride the hot streak with the Twins. They've won 10 of their 12 games during this winning streak by at least 2 runs. So I'll take the run line with Minnesota. And then with the Rays and the Mets, both pitchers have been outstanding, allowing 1 earned run or fewer more often than not over their last 5 starts. I think we see a lower scoring game, but I am going to take Tampa Bay at home with Pepio.
There you go. There you go. Man. It's funny because we do this so much, just the bits that you can just recall this. Oh, man. Kevin Thomas, what you like in these 3, my man?
Oh, the one that stands out to me, I do have a top one on the Mets game, so I'm going to give you here. I like the Astros and the Mariners. Hunter Brown, I was on him when I did my fantasy baseball draft, and I think everyone laughed a little bit, and I found out why in a hurry. This guy's horrible, and he's horrible against the Mariners too. So I'm not expecting anything big from him. He's 0-4 with a 9.78 ERA, and then on the other side you got Bryce Miller. Seattle's just a great team, young hit, and they hit the ball, especially when they're away from being in Seattle. That's a pitcher's park. So I'm going to ride here with the Mariners here on the money line. I mean, I might even look at laying a run just because of Hunter Brown being the pitcher on the other side. He's that bad this year, and last year too, for the most part at the end of the season.
Brian B.
I think Kevin Thomas jumped the time slot a little bit, but to keep with the 3 games that we have here to choose from, I think Jovan made some good points about Tampa Bay. I think the Rays make their hay at home during the regular season. They're just 1 game above 500. Severino, I think, has performed above his stat line typically. I think if you can get Tampa Bay at this price, I think I'm sold on that one. Angels, Guardians, I'm going to take over 7.5 runs. The Guardians, I think, the 5th best scoring team in Major League Baseball. And with Griffith Canning on the mound against Carlos Carrasco, I think we can get over the total.
Money man Mitch.
I think the Red Sox are outright layup in this one. I'd go reverse run line at plus 230.
The ace. It's the ace.
The Red Sox hit right-handed pitching at 247, 245 on the road, while the Twins straight ass against right-handed pitching, hitting just 220 at home and worse than that overall. The thing is that Criswell has been the better pitcher of these 2. Joe Ryan getting the typical belt to ass, as they say. 4.15 ERA over his last 3 starts. So he does have a 3.38 on the season, but his last 3, he's been getting lit up like a Christmas tree. We all know these winning streaks don't last forever. And we saw it was Square Town chasing the Red Sox on Friday night. I was on the other side of that one with the Twins on the run line. Tell you what, I'm going the other side is all the squares are humping up on the Twins now that they're lining up on the big winning streak and they were able to get through that 10 or whatever the hell they're looking at. I never look at that shit. I don't care what Eric Pathey says. What I look at is matchups. And this is a horrible, horrible matchup for the Minnesota Twins today. I love the Red Sox in this game. I like the reverse run line here. I think you could even go even higher than that. I think you go first 5 innings as well on the Red Sox in this one. This is where the streak ends right here, right now. I also lean to the Rays with Pepio and Severino. I think this game is really, really going to be a tight one, though. Severino's pitching way better than we've ever seen him, but he always looks like he has this kind of stuff. He's kind of like a Vince Velasquez type, where he always looks like a greyhound out there on the mound. But the thing is, then he eventually gets dinged up. But he's actually pitched really well this season. And Pepio, this guy's, I mean, this guy's an elite pitcher, and we'll start to see it over probably the second half of the season. And the other one, the Guardians and the Angels, if you're going to this one, you're going to probably be there for a while. Better pack a lunch and bring a glove. We're going to see a lot of hits and a lot of runs. Canning. I'm going to go with the Guardians.
Hey, y'all know me, man. I know at the beginning I was saying I'm not really trying to fade the Twins. It don't take much for me to want to do it, though. And Mitch is super excited, so I'm gonna bet him with him. Twins.
I just think this is one of those rare opportunities we're just getting gifted, man. It's like you gotta just take it. It's like it's a gift.
I'm with you. Let's do it. Give me Red Sox money line. Criswell.
Criswell, baby.
Happens that fast. But I'm also, this is going to sound crazy. I'm on the Tampa Bay Rays too, man. I know I usually hate the Rays. I was fading their ass like hell coming to start the season. We made a pretty penny, but here in this mid-season, I kind of started to see the signs of the typical Rays where, you know what I mean? They kind of start to get their shit together. At home, I think this is a sweep. I think it's a sweep. Get them out of here. Pack them up. Send them home. Give me the Rays today. Short line at the crib. Y'all know I don't bet them too often, but I actually like the spot for them today. I'll take Tampa in this one. And then give me the over in that Guardians-Angels. Cannon can get hit, and he will get hit. Short, sweet, simple. I'm on the over in that thing. All right, let's go to the next slot. We got the Mariners and the Astros. We got the Rangers and the Royals. We got the White Sox and the Cardinals. I'll start in this slot. Look, Hunter Brown, Kevin Thomas, I'm with you. He's ass, all right? He's ass. Short, sweet, simple. I'm not finna try to sell you a pipe dream or anything about Hunter Brown. But I'm going to take the Astros today. I know it sounds backwards, but it's my Astros argument. They play super tough in these division games. Like, I have faded the Astros all season long. Y'all know I hate these boys. These boys are terrible. I probably bet Seattle more so than any other team thus far this season. When Seattle's hot, they're hot. So when they were hot playing good baseball, I was betting them. But I just think this is I know Hunter Brown is terrible, but I've seen him pitch well. And they did get a dub in his last one, despite him looking terrible. I just think the Astros in the middle of this long homestand, we know they play super tough in division games. If you look at their division record compared to their overall record, it looks a little different. I think they get this one done at home. Typical Astros. You know what I mean? I know they didn't look that good yesterday, but I think they actually escaped with a series win. Backing Hunter Brown is insane, especially Lang minus 135, but I think the books know something. I'm on the Astros in this one. I know I've been arguing they've been mispriced all season long. It's kind of my Clippers argument from the season and the Suns argument where we know they were overvalued, overrated all season long. The value was on fading them every single day, but it's not like they weren't going to cover in certain spots. I kind of feel like that here with the Astros. They're terrible. They're overrated. They're poverty, but this is a spot where they do get it done. And, of course, y'all know where I'm at. I'm on my Rangers, John Gray. Daniel Lynch finna get lit up. All right, here we go. Here go that offense I be trying to preach to y'all about. It reared its head yesterday, and that Rangers team, who had the second most runs in baseball yesterday, they finna get hot. I'm laying 2.5, 3.5 runs. I honestly don't care how y'all feel about it. I know my team, and I know when they get hot offensively, they crush teams just like they did yesterday. You love plus money, you love value, lay a couple runs with a team that can explode on young, bad pitchers. That's my argument. I'm sticking to it. It's not everybody's formula. It's mine. I will lay extended runs with my team, who I'm watching anyway. Give me the Rangers. Lay a couple runs here in this thing. Mitch.
Yeah, I think what we saw yesterday in that Rangers-Royals game was more, it was more to do with Michael Wacha and the Royals using the back end of their bullpen after using up a good portion of it in Friday's game, which was a lot tighter game, a lot deeper into the game. So the Royals used up a lot of their quality end of their bullpen. They'll be available today. What we've seen from the Rangers, they are the 50-50 Rangers. They won yesterday, so that means you fade them today. It really has been that simple. I agree that on any given night, they could score 30 runs. I mean, they have that type of lineup. We just haven't seen it from them this season, nor reason to believe that they can put it back to back in two games in a row. And I think in this particular game, I think this one does go to the bullpen. Daniel Lynch, the first time that we're seeing him this season, but actually last year he wasn't bad, man. And I mean, we've been through the good and bad with Daniel Lynch over the years. I mean, he might have changed his name to Daniel Lynch the fourth. I don't care, man. I bet him the first time. I bet him the second time, third time. This will be the fourth year I bet on Daniel Lynch. We've had some good success with him, but he's been on the Royals, So those inherited runners have definitely scored across the plate on him that when he passes it over the bullpen. Last year, he only allowed 50 hits and 52 in the third, coming way down from the 155 over 131 and 2/3 the year before. So here's a guy that's getting better and better every season. He allowed 80 hits over 68 innings the year before that. So he's always allowed more hits than innings up until last year. So he's poised for a breakout season. I like the Royals in this one. And like I said, the Rangers, 50-50, man, and they won yesterday. So you got to go the other way today. Next was White Sox and White Sox. Oh, Hunter Brown. Don't forget it, man. I've been fading Hunter Brown. I was first to the party fading Hunter Brown, and I will continue to fade Hunter Brown. You can go back and read my write-ups on the first time Hunter Brown pitched this season, the second time. I said, I am fading Hunter Brown this season. The issue is that he is the Verlander fanboy. So with Verlander kind of back in the dugout, at least he's got a cheering section. I don't know, man. Bryce Miller is okay. The Mariners, this is probably one of these games where the Mariners, they got to get to him early. The Mariners actually are one of these weird teams that hit a lot better on the road than they do at home, right? I mean, they're at home, they can't hit their way out of a paper bag. On the road, they could barely hit their way out of a paper bag, but they're actually a much better road hitting team than they are at home. On the road, they hit at, on the road, the team batting average is actually at 239 at home. Overall, it's 220. And then versus righties on the road, 233 versus 218 at home. And then versus lefties, 259 on the road to 225 at home. So they're just a way better road hitting team than they are at home. And then you're up against that Astros bullpen. Bad day to be on the Astros. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Brian.
Well, everybody knows I hate to disagree with Mitch, but I agree with everything with pretty much what Jay said in the first slot. I think the Texas Rangers are a team that's going to be streaky. They're either going to be streaky good or streaky bad, and I think they're about to go into hot.
But they've been 50-50, man. They've been win one, lose one. They haven't been streaky.
But if you look at Daniel Lynch, and I'm the king of bad starting pitchers, liking bad starting pitching. I think Lynch at lifetime ERA is probably around 5. I mean, John Gray, not an all-star, but I just think I'm not ready to back Lynch with the Royals. I'll take the Rangers.
You think John Gray is going to be able to maintain these numbers?
No, but he has better lifetime numbers than Daniel Lynch. I think Lynch is at least a 5-point-something pitcher lifetime. He hasn't shown anything. So I don't know. I like the Texas Rangers here. And then the Seattle Mariners, Houston Astros.
Good pick.
I've been getting my ass lit up all year on the Houston Astros. They look good almost every game, and then they lose. But I just can't get with the Seattle Mariners, who have the better record. They have Bryce Miller on the mound, who's been pretty dominant this year with a 2.04 ERA. Hunter Brown's been horrible. So I'm just going to fall into the Houston Astros trap. I think they're better than their record indicates. I think they'll get the W today. Oh, and not to do all three, but I like the Chicago White Sox also. I think Garrett Crochet, best pitcher the White Sox have. Chicago's playing better baseball. I think he's in for another strong start today. Bounce back.
Kevin Thomas.
Well, you guys know where I feel about the Mariners and Astros, so I'm going to look at the Rangers game. And I agree with Mitch. If there's a pattern here with these Rangers and their scoring, I mean, they'll put up 15 points and then 1, 7 points, 0. John Gray, the only team he's faced as good as Kansas City this year is Atlanta. He lasted 1 inning. Then against the Chicago Cubs, a good hitting team, he lasted 3 innings. Daniel Lynch on the other side, he's playing for a spot. He wants to be in the bigs. He's only getting the opportunity because of injury. He was slotted to be the 5th guy, but Marsh pitched a little better. So Daniel Lynch has everything to prove here if he wants to stay. I mean, he's not a young gun anymore. He's been around. I think we're going to go ahead and take that side.
He's a man amongst boys, Daniel Lynch.
He stinks.
Oh, he stinks. We know that.
We're
We're trying to boost.
The Royals. Take the Royals here big time.
trying to elevate him, trying to boost his ego a little bit.
He'll need it. He'll need it.
No, we only need 4 or 5 innings out of him. That's it.
Fair. Dave, what you like in this slot, my man?
Yeah, I'm fading Hunter Brown just based off of his struggles. And you look at Miller on the other side. While I don't think that what he's doing is sustainable, but 4 earned runs in his last 4 starts against some decent teams, the Braves, Texas, Reds, Chicago, and Milwaukee. He's done a solid job. I know Houston offensively hasn't been horrible, but I like Seattle there. Then the only other note is just on this White Sox-Cardinals game. If you guys, if anyone out there is looking at ESPN, they still have Kyle Gibson listed as the starter, but he was actually pushed back to tomorrow, and it's Liberatore, and I think they're going with a bullpen day.
Okay.
Chris Sanchez is also pitching tomorrow for those that watch the morning show.
Sean, with Koski on tomorrow, so Lord.
Gonna be a tough one.
Yeah. Sean.
So yesterday, at the end of the show there, I slipped in the AL West parlay with the Mariners and Rangers. So that came through last night. I don't think it's a bad idea to just, bet against these AL West teams coming off a win this year. Nobody's really running away with that division. All the teams are generally mediocre or worse. I'll flip around today and go Royals. And, as much as I hate to back the Astros with Hunter Brown, I think they might be worth a shot here. But of these 3 games, I like the White Sox and Cardinals. I like the under in that game. We saw a higher scoring game yesterday. Liberatore going for the Cards today. So it's 2 left-handed starters. Cards may be more of a bullpen game, but off the bat here, we've got these 2 teams ranking. They're 2 of the 3 worst teams in baseball in OPS against left-handed pitching. Just 2 bad offenses. I think they can back to normal here today after that 6-5 game yesterday. So I'll go under 7.5 runs in that game.
There you go, Javon.
Yeah, I leaned Mariners. When I first looked at this game, it jumped out at me. I was like, oh, Seattle all day. But then once you start, thinking about it, you're looking at the line movement in this particular game, and something's not adding up. So it's a stay away for me. With a lot of these, pitchers, especially mediocre to bad pitchers, when they get blown up in games, consecutive games at that, they usually come back and have a solid performance, and even though the Mariners are hitting better, they're still a light hitting ball club. So, I would take the under in this game. Looking at the KC Royals and Texas Rangers game, I'm on KC. I just like what they're doing as far as their bats. I think John Gray can be had, and I think both of these teams should be able to put up some runs. So I like the over in that. So KC and the over, and then I like the White Sox. I'll take the White Sox plus money. Got cashed on that yesterday, so I'm gonna keep on rolling with them against a Cardinals lineup who's very disappointing.
For sure. Let's go on to the next slot. We got the Brewers and the Cubs, the Brew Crew. We got the worst team in baseball, the Miami Marlins, out on the road facing the Oakland A's. They're not worse than the White Sox, but they might be worse than the White Sox.
And Rockies are the worst. Record-wise, the Rockies are the worst.
I'm just trying to get under your skin a little bit.
It's okay. 50-50 Rangers. Go Vegas. Where's my hat? Go get my Vegas hat. I'll get it after me.
And we got the Braves and the Dodgers. Javon, I'll start with you.
So it's Brewers, Cubs, Marlins, A's, Orioles, Reds. What are we doing?
It was Braves Dodgers. Braves Dodgers was the last one.
Okay. Hold on. So it's 4 or 5?
3. Brewers, Marlins, Dodgers.
Okay, got it. Now, because where I'm looking at, it's all over the place. So it's
this slot, all these games kind of in the same little.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm rolling with the Brewers, but this is going to be a tight one as far as I'm concerned. I think both starters have phenomenal days. I actually like the under even at this low total. The wind's blowing in Wrigley, from what I saw earlier, and you can't be scared of taking unders even with this low total, especially at a a ballpark like Wrigley. So I'm on the under, and now I lean the Brewers. And the Dodgers been whipping ass against the Braves, man. They've been, they've been showing who's actually the better team, I guess. So James Paxton, he could get had, but he could also put together a pretty strong performance. Tracked his career, pretty steadily. He's with the Red Sox, so the last year and before that with Seattle. So I think he could muster up a solid performance, and the Dodgers get the sweep against Max Fried and Company.
Javon said, "Bring the broom out." All righty,
I
Sean.
say James Paxton has the worst analytics of any starting pitcher in all of baseball. When you look at those advanced analytics, and they say he's going to get cracked in this game. Is what they say. But, I don't believe that much in that stuff, but that's what the analytics say about that game. They say that James Paxton's going to get crushed. And they said that Elder was going to get crushed yesterday, man. That's what they said.
He got crushed.
They said that Elder set up to get crushed in that game yesterday and to give up tons of home runs. And that's exactly what happened. It's like, you always got to pay attention to that stuff. You don't have to follow it, but you used to have to look at it. Because Paxton walks so many batters,
Yeah.
So guys that walk a lot of batters like that and, don't have a lot of strikeouts. So he has like 1 strikeout in 2 of his games and 4 in the other 2. So it's like he has a lot of walks. He has a lot of walks and not a lot of strikeouts. The analytics are always going to say that a guy like that's going to get just destroyed at some point.
Well, hopefully for me, it's going to be a slugfest. Max Fried giving it up also, and then they both leave.
He's normally a slow starter, Fried, right? So like normally the first half of that year they won the World Series, he had like a 6.48 ERA at the All-Star break. He finished with like 2.93. That's how good he was and how bad he was. He is that type of guy. I could easily see this one going way over too. But Paxton is like, oh, trust this guy 0, man. Look at his numbers historically: 4.50, 6.75, 6.64.
Am I up here? I think I'm up.
Yes.
I'm going to take it.
Yeah,
all right. A's. Yeah, we talked about the A's exploding yesterday. I mean, we got to give this team credit here. We look over the last 7 days, they're tops in baseball. First in baseball in OPS, ahead of the Dodgers. They're just raking right now. So you got to look A's. A's are nothing in that game. Braves. Yeah, I like the Braves here. I think the Braves avoid the sweep. I think Paxton, like Mitch said, he does get lit up in this game. I'll put some faith in Max Fried here. I know he's a slow starter, but I think he helps them avoid the sweep in this one. And the third game there, I'm with Javon on the under. Yeah, I'm not really scared of the low total in that game. Peralta owns the Cubs. Current Cubs hitters 9 for 76 off of him. Only 5 extra base hits, only 1 home run, and that's from Ian Happ, and he's 1 for 20 against him. So with the one home run. So Javier Assad's been pretty good for the Cubs. He's been solid. The Brewers not really not hitting all that well right now. You look over the last week, they're kind of in the lower tier in baseball and OPS. So I'll go with the under 6.5 in that game.
Yeah, looking at this Marlins Athletics game, and it's just crazy to see. I know we've talked about it, but Oakland 1.5 back in the AL West. I know no one's really separated themselves. They're playing very well. The 20-run outburst was out of left field yesterday. But, Joe Boyle, the numbers aren't great, but he's had some solid performances. 2 earned runs in 4 of his last 5 starts. He doesn't go extremely deep into the game. But I'm with Sean here. I think it is Oakland or pass. And then I actually do also agree with that under. Both starting pitchers for the Brewers-Cubs. Both starting pitchers have been very good. Assad also doesn't go very deep into games, but I think we see a lower scoring game there. Even though it is 6.5, I do like the under.
There you go. Kevin.
That's what was going to be my pick too. I like the under here with the Brewers in Chicago, just because both these teams with the 20 wins, this is for the top spot. So bullpens will be used early, and Chicago, their bullpen kind of struggled last outing. So I think they want to prove to themselves too. So I think the under 6.5 is a good bet, and I would lean on the Chicago Cubs as well to win this one at home and take the series.
Brian.
Yeah, for me, not my favorite time slot like the other one that had plays on all 3. If I had to go with one, I also would take the under in the Cubs Brewers. You see Assad and Peralta over the last 5 starts have been rock solid. 6 of the last 8 games between the Cubs and Brewers have gone under the number. I'd also lean, though, to the Chicago Cubs at home on the money line. I think they get it done.
Mitch.
Gutsy call with the wind blowing dead in from center field. Wrigley, the hero over there. I tell you, this Marlins A's, I had the A's on the run line yesterday. I've been against my Marlins. I'm not like one of these guys that just, has a team and just takes them every single day, like some other people on the show. any names, but but I think today, man, 6-0 going for the Marlins. I think the world on the A's, man. It's like, earlier I would have probably gone with the A's, Joe Boyle. I love Joe Boyle and all that stuff. But you know what? He gets shelled a lot also, man. So I think, this is probably a spot where it just seems the A's just seem too easy of a pick. I usually look at the YouTube comments and look at the snarkiest ones and normally just go against those guys. And a lot of snark here on the A's. I'm gonna roll with the Marlins. I think the A's are great, and I think they might be looking ahead to that Rangers series starting tomorrow. So they got Alex Wood going tomorrow, so they're probably looking forward to that. And I think as bad as Sanchez has been, Boyle hasn't been a lot better. I'm big on Boyle, and it's like I think he gets hit here. I'm gonna take the Marlins. I agree with Brian. Unbelievably enough, it's probably an under at that Brewers Cubs game. And the other one in this slot was the Dodgers and the Braves. Yeah, I think it's going to go over as well. I think James Paxton's going to get blistered. I like the first 5 over as well. Because your team not worth picking every day. I don't have a team. I don't care. I don't like pro sports. I mean, I'm as honest as it gets, man. I am what is my opinion of pro sports? I've been consistent for 17 years in these videos, man. I've been consistent. I do not like pro sports, man. And I do not like most pro athletes. I think that most of them are liars, and I think they're full of shit. And I think when they sign with the team, I dreamed my life of playing in Chicago. No, just say the truth, man. They offered me $1 more than anybody else, man. And that's really what it is all about. And it's like, these guys would sell out the fans in a heartbeat, and they do every single day, man. Every single contract. I mean, ask these 2 guys that live in Philly, man. They have a baseball team that sold out their fans and do every single day, man. You look at that payroll of that team. Oh my God, man. It's embarrassing, man, that they haven't won a World Series, or even, they came close the one year, but they should be the team to beat, man. They should be putting up with that payroll. They should be putting up 125 wins a year, 130 wins. They have the most highest paid player at almost every single position in baseball. I mean, it is an embarrassment. But and that's, we can go on and on about other teams and other things too, but I think that's the worst one, the most egregious. And who foots the bill? Why do you care? I care because we foot the bill. You guys don't think we do, but we absolutely foot the bill. 100%. Anyways.
In this slot, I'm going to roll with the
I-
Dodgers. Mitch, I'm bringing the brooms out.
Yeah, not surprising.
I'm bringing the brooms out, man. I told y'all there's going to be certain times this season where I was just on the Dodgers. Just so it was going to be what it
Yeah,
is.
I've been 100% consistent. I've said the exact same thing for the last 17 years here on my channels. For the exact same thing about pro sports. As you guys, Jay, about NFL, I say the same thing. I say it about every single sport. I do it exactly the same reason they do it. I only care about the money. That's it.
Yep.
And that's like what college is becoming too, which sucks.
Yeah, and the college game has gone that direction.
Yep.
But I do like betting on it.
I'm on the Dodgers, though. You're going to give me plus money with them at home, bro. I mean, it's really just that simple for me. It's just that simple for me. Love the price. They've beat up on them yesterday. Hey, I can't really verbalize it. I mean, you guys have heard me say it earlier this season. I just think the Dodgers are really good, bro. Mookie, Ohtani, Freeman, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Shout out to Braves. The Braves is probably, if I had to do a pound ranking right now, it'd probably be Dodgers 1, Braves 2, Rangers 3, Yankees 4.
Oh my God. How are Rangers 3, man?
Because
How are the
In what
Rangers?
planet?
Yeah, bro. That's how.
In what planet? This is the Dak Prescott
somebody
quarterback
knocks us off.
invitational rankings. And
Until
it's
somebody knock us off, bro.
That's like putting the Miami Hurricanes in the top 10. Just
well, it's like
not reality.
Hey, but look at. I'll tell you what, man. Bet against us every game, because when you bet against us, we win every time. And I'll tell you, man, this year we hit that portal hard, man.
I heard that.
We hit the portal hard. We got new quarterback, the guy that everybody wanted, man. We got him. We got the best running back in the portal, Martinez from Oregon State, and we're stacked.
Y'all still have Mario
Stacked.
Cristobal.
Yeah, he's won before, man. Remember that game at the Horseshoe at Ohio State when Oregon just ran him
I
out
was
of the
all
building?
over. I was all over him. I was all over that money line.
He can win.
Yeah, I mean, he better have that stacked talent on that team, because that's how
He's got a couple rings, man.
His in game.
Not always great. Yeah. Not always. Yeah. I mean, yeah. He's not. He's not. He's not Nick Saban. You know, he hasn't had Nick Saban type of talent to work with either. We'll see as he progresses to get that type of talent. Are they there this year? Probably not all the way, but they're going to be way closer than people expect. I mean, this is the first time that he's really had a quarterback. This is the first quarterback that he's really
for real. Cam Woods for real.
Oh, he is a gate.
Get there.
What?
How did we get to Miami football?
Well, because Brian brought it up. And
I missed that.
They might go 500.
it's okay. You want to come down and look at our trophy case in Coral Gables? You're welcome.
Well, they haven't won a
anytime,
trophy
Brian.
since I was a young sprout. That's for sure. It had to be at least 30 years since they won something.
No, it's 20.
20.
Little over 20 years, like maybe 22 years. 23.
Almost my lifetime. Sheesh.
21, 22.
Played for 21 championships in 25 years. We'll take it. We know a few things about winning. Anyways, man.
What last one in this slot, man? I want to take the A's. Everything in me wants to take the A's, but I think what Mitch did say about the A's, probably the most public play on the board today. You know, they did crush them yesterday. The Marlins are hot ass. I'm gonna fade them blindly a lot of the time for the remainder of the season. They've lost the privilege of the money Marlins, but they might win today.
I'd like to ask Big Al what the record is of teams the day after scoring like 15 or more runs. It's got to be like 1-30. I mean, we see it all the time, and the Diamondbacks a couple times this season have had those big numbers. They've lost every time the next day. Just seems that when teams, Al probably has it in that database of his. You could ask him.
Probably does. And like you said, that kind of scares me. So that's what keeps me off that game. If I were like forced to bet it, I would probably bet Marlins in that game, in all honesty.
Sixto. Brian's a big Sixto guy.
Sixto has a ton of arm talent. He just
I
had
am
that
too.
injury. I think that's the most obvious play on the board today, an easy one.
He's number one prospect 7 years ago. Stay healthy.
I was the number
A
one
legit
prospect.
105-mile fastball. Guy can throw. But
He got
stay
injured.
healthy. Gotta get steroids.
All right, fellas. Last three in Major League Baseball today. We got them Baltimore O's and the Reds. We got the Padres and Los Serpientes, the Diamondbacks. It's Sunday Night Baseball. We got the Phillies and the Giants. I'll start. Kramer on the mound. I've backed Kramer these last two. Everybody knows I was Mr. Fade Kramer in the postseason last year. I faded him to start the season, but I've actually taken him in his last two games, and I'm going to take him again here. It's kind of tragic when I look back at how I'm betting today. I'm betting all the teams I really don't like. The O's, the Rays. Just one of them type days today. But, I'm a better first. I know I play the fan card. I am a fan, but I'm a better first. And the O's, I feel like, is the right play today. Cincinnati, minus 120. They're the 50-50 Reds as far as I'm concerned. Lodolo is that guy. I know a lot of people love some Lodolo. The Lodolo is 4-0 this season and has looked really good on the mound. Some of that I do kind of ask questions of competition, White Sox, Angels, Padres, three teams I'm not really just in love with. Today's probably the day Lodolo gets hit, is all I'm saying. I trust Kramer. Remember, Kramer was really profitable last season in Major League Baseball for the regular season. I'm going to roll with him today. And then Sunday Night Baseball, y'all already know where I'm at, man. My guy, he on that mound today. He didn't look all that great last game. They did win the game. He didn't look all that great. But I'm on Taijuan Walker in the Phillies home team, Sunday Night Baseball, home dog. It's just that simple. With my guy Taijuan, sign me up. I'm there.
Oh, yeah, you lost me now, Jay. I'm off your bandwagon.
You're not with me? I'm on your Phillies.
Yeah. They're not my Phillies. Not tonight.
Fair. I'm on them tonight, though. Home dog, Sunday Night Baseball. What's the Sunday Night Baseball record for the home team? Ain't it kind of crazy? I need to pull it up. Yeah, that's how I see it. Mitch, what you think here?
Love the Giants. I take them every single game. Logan Webb's pitching, and I'm on them here. I think the thing that you have to remember about this is it's a weird thing that they're doing in baseball this season where they have one series each week, which is a carryover. So these guys play tomorrow as well in Philly. So even though it's a Sunday night game, it's not a get out of town thing. They play tomorrow afternoon in Philly as well. Taijuan Walker looked terrible last time. I think he's going to look terrible once again.
They still won, though. They still won. They still won.
But that doesn't mean anything. He wasn't up against Logan Webb and this giant batting order.
That's
either.
a fair point.
I tell you, the Asian guy on the Giants is something else, man. He's a freak. I mean, this guy can seriously play, man. It's Korean, right? This guy. Oh my God, man. I like the Padres. I don't love them though. I think that tomorrow we'll start to see the real Padres in that game, that Darvish versus Imanaga matchup. But I think that
we got Imanaga on the mound tomorrow, so we got to deal with Costi and Rufo.
Yeah, but doesn't matter. We're gonna let him run with it like a big fish. The kid takes the lure and starts taking your line out. We're just gonna let them run as far as they want because what they don't know, neither of these guys, because they don't follow Japanese baseball like we do, is that in the Japanese leagues, the pitchers start every 6 days, not every 5 days, right? So as the season goes on, this guy's going to wear down. It's like you see minor leaguers, like when they get called up to the majors, as the season goes on, like the second half of the season, their ERA just all of a sudden balloons. That's what we're going to see from this guy because he's not used to going this kind of carrying this kind of load. And the Padres, who face him tomorrow, they're going to chip at him because getting a rise in there in the lineup for the Padres was such a big move for them. I don't love that the Marlins got rid of him and just decided, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know these minor leaguers that they got, but I'm sure they rated them. The Padres are getting kind of bashed on that trade. So I'm going to guess the Marlins got the best of it, but he fits in really, really well with the rest of these guys on the Padres. He fits in really well. You got Bogarts, you got Manny Machado, you got Tatis Jr. Now you have a rise in there. So you got a guy who's like a hitter, kind of like how Tony Gwynn was on those Padre teams, right? Now leading off. So he's going to be on base, man. And that's going to be a problem when you got those Bogarts, Bogarts hitting 2, right? It's like, man, this is going to be a problem for other teams. The Padres pitching is still ass. So that's, but anyways, man, we'll get to that one tomorrow. I'm excited about that game. I got that one circled. But the Orioles can't win 2 games in a row. So I got to go with the Reds in that one as much as I don't love that game. And I'll also take the Giants again against the Phillies and Taijuan Walker. I'll bet it twice.
Yes, I do plan on doing the playback for the Magic Cavs. I'll talk about it a little more when we get
I might pop in.
Talk about it a little more when we get to the NBA.
I might pop in for some playback.
Brian.
Yeah, for me, I probably should have had the San Francisco Giants as a premium play. I mean, Taijuan Walker is barely a 5th starter. He's below mediocre at best. The Phillies put up 15 runs yesterday. I just don't see him doing it today. Logan Webb, one of the better pitchers in baseball. I think I'll take the Giants at this price. And look at it, minus 120 for a 15-19 team versus a 23-11. I just think the Giants are the play here for some revenge.
Bashing my God, Brian. Damn. Okay, Kevin Thomas, what you like here, my man?
I got your back, Jay. Look, Taijuan Walker should have never went 6 innings. He should have been pulled after 5. He pitched a gem. And if you look at yesterday's game, the 14 runs do scare me, but the Giants can't score for shit themselves. I don't care who's pitching. Logan Webb can pitch. He can't hit. They're not going to score a lot of points. I love the under 7.5 here. Why? Because Taijuan Walker can go 4 or 5 innings, and they got their whole bullpen yesterday because Ranger Suarez pitched a gem. They went with Ruiz, and then they went with Domingo, who's been horrible. They still got Alvarado. They got Kieran. They got all their guys for this game. And there's no love lost between the Phillies and Giants if you don't think the Phillies want to sweep and beat the hell out of the Giants with all the crap and the trades and all that stuff. I like the Phillies. I mean, I like the under 7.5 more, but I'll take the Phillies any day.
There you go. Appreciate you. No. David, what you like in this one, my man?
Yeah, I'm looking at this Padres-Diamondbacks game. The pitching matchup's interesting. Nelson's coming off the IL. Hasn't pitched in the majors in about 2.5 weeks. He was just okay in his first few starts. Waldron for San Diego. He's allowed 4 earned runs in 2 of his last 3. But on the road, he's actually been pretty strong. And this Diamondbacks offense, they're 6th in baseball in runs scored this season, but they've scored 1 run or fewer, and I think 6 of their last 9. They're just not hitting, not scoring. So I'll take the Padres here on the road.
Sean.
Yeah, textbook play here. We'll go with the D-backs to bounce back. They've been outscored 28-2 over their last 3 games, all losses. They got to get a win here before they head out on the road for a long road trip. So I don't think we're going to see much from Ryan Nelson here today. I think it's more of the D-backs bullpen, which isn't great. But I don't like Matt Waldron. I think Arizona can get to him here. He's made 12 career starts, and his team's only have 4 wins. I'll back the D-backs here at a fair price on Sunday.
Javon.
Yeah, the Red Sox last start got the Logan Webb, and I believe a better lineup, not saying better than the Red Sox, but when Logan Webb faces better competition, it's when he kind of, folds, especially on the road. So I expect for him to get touched by this Phillies lineup, and I'm on Philadelphia to get the job done.
There you go. There you go. I'll come right back to you, Javon. What are you selling today on this money-making Sunday?
I got a 5-pack going. That 5-pack consists of both deciding the total of Game 7 and 3 Major League Baseball plays. I also have a Major League Baseball 3-pack, and I have those 2 the Game 7 plays up for sale individually. Well, actually, no, I only have the side up there individually. And I have my laser show Major League Baseball play. So that's what I got.
There you go. Hop on with Jovan over at Pick Dogs Premium. Sean, what you got over there, my man?
Yeah, I've got 3 plays up today. I've got the side winners in both of the Game 7s in hockey and basketball, and 10-star total in baseball. So we'll look to get back to the 3-0 Friday rather than the 1-2 Saturday bounce back here today.
There you go. Hop on with Sean. Bounce back Sunday for him. David, what you selling today?
Yeah, I have a couple MLB, couple NHL, and 1 play in that NBA game. So head on over to Pick Dogs, check it out. Or if you're looking for more value, check out the long-term passes for me or any of the other guys.
There you go. On with David Racy over at Pick Dogs Premium. Kevin Thomas, what you selling today, my man?
I still got NBA up and then 2 MLB. And as much as I love my NBA, my pristine wager is an MLB. I love it. Love the line move. Love everything about it. Make sure you look at the 3, 7, 30 days, and then partner me up with anybody on this show when you get the 2 for capper deals going on over there at Pick Dogs.
Hop on with Kevin Thomas, man. Money making Sunday. Bryant, talk to me.
Bad day yesterday, but bounce back today. I got my fantastic 5-pack today. All 5 premium plays for $50 at pickdogs.com. But my best bet every day is my titanium selection. 95, 62 and 1, 61% winners, last 158 of the titanium. Just $25 at pickdogs.com. Make sure you check it out.
Hop on with Brian B. over at Pick Dogs Premium. Money man Mitch. What you selling today?
I got my MLB play of the day, and then I just have an MLB 3-pack. That's about it. Of course, you guys know if you're looking for big favorites or the picks that everybody else is giving out, probably better off buying somebody else's package. If you're looking for really square plays, you might want to try a different site.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Hop on with Money Man Mitch over at Pick Dogs Premium. I'm an NBA play of the day for sale. I got a Major League Baseball play in there. I really should have put my stars in there. I didn't, but they're going to win today. Freebie. Let's talk some NBA, fellas. Talk some NBA, man. I told y'all at the start of the show, I took that on the chin yesterday. Hey, I had them Nuggets. Stupid, dummy, crazy. It's hard for me not to see it that way sometimes. Shout out to the Wolves, though. I think Kevin Thomas hit it best on what he said. The Wolves were sitting on that one all day, all year. Javon kind of said something similar when another game I lost earlier in the playoffs with the Cavs in that game 1 against the Magic. Them game 1s kind of be a little tricky for me. I got to kind of figure them out. I ain't dealing with no game 1 here, though, fellas. We're dealing with the best 2 words in sports. Those 2 words are Game 7. Got the Magic and the Cavs, man. Last time I checked, it was Cleveland laying 3.5 here in this one. This game is going to be in about an hour, 45 minutes. So, early start time. Mitch, lead us off here, man. How you feeling?
I like the Cavs in this one. I think it's going to be a lot like Game 1, where they just absolutely dominate the Magic in this one. I think that these 2 teams are similar, but a year apart. I think what we saw from the Cavs last year is what we're going to see from the Magic this year. And I think the Magic actually are ahead of where the Cavs were last year, but just not ready to win right now. I think, they were a 33-win team a year ago, the Magic. A lot to be happy about, a lot to be proud about, nothing to hang their heads about. But today, it's a bunch of guys with a lot more experience in bigger games than the Magic have. And I think that's going to really come through, especially at home, where this series has been dominated from start to finish. The home team has won every single game in this series. I don't think it changes now, but I think for whoever wins this one, I think the victory parade may be over. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 4-0, 4-1 by the Tatums. I really don't think either of these teams are going anywhere. It's kind of like this is, part of the problem with the NBA playoffs is games and teams like this. I think, like I said, I think the Cavs have made a nice step forward, but they're still player too short, man, in this, to compete with the Celtics, but they got plenty to beat the Magic, who I just, like I said, don't have that experience. Donovan Mitchell has a lot of experience in games like this, man. A lot.
Fair enough. Brian, how you see this one?
Well, for me, I'm going to go with the under here. 4 of the 6 games went under. You got Game 7 total just around 195. I think people love betting overs here, but you got Orlando Magic, the second best defensive team in the NBA, going against the Cavs, who are no slouch on defense. I just think every possession is going to be a battle. I see it in the 90s, 80s type of around a 180 total. So I'm going to go with the under 195.
Kevin.
Yeah, I still think it's going to be a close game. I do love that under. I think it was 195.5 when I last looked. I mean, that's probably the lowest total we've seen in any of these games so far. But my thing is Jarrett Allen, is he a go or not? They had him bruised. Is he going to be a decoy and let Mobley eat the boards? But the big seller here for me is how bad the Cavaliers shoot the three and how the Orlando Magic do not want to shoot the three. So my big player is going to be on the under 195.5.
David.
Or 194.5 it is now. Sorry. That's even better.
That's come down a little bit. David.
Yeah, we'll see if Orlando's playing the song here today.
I know.
It's a catchy one. I love it. They've struggled a little bit. Not a
Will we
little
hear
bit.
it again is the $1 million question, man. Will we hear it again?
Yeah, it's they haven't been their best on the road this year. Very good at home. On the road's been sketchy. We've seen that in this series for both teams. Home teams winning the first 6. I think Orlando can keep this one close. I know they hit that kind of meaningless 3 at the end of game 5 to make it only a 1-point game. They were covering either way, but I do think Orlando can keep this one close. I think they actually can get the win, but I'm going to take the points with Orlando. I do agree with Brian, though. It's probably a very low scoring game, very slow paced.
Sean.
Yeah, you could set this total in the 180s. I think I'd still consider playing the under in this game. The one constant with the Magic is we know they're a good defensive team. They'll show up defensively in this game, but I just don't like their offense here on the road in Game 7. Even last game, they got close to 90 shots off in that game. They knocked down only 35 of them. I think it's a classic, early start Game 7 here. We see this one settle out in the low 180s. Take the under.
No one afraid of overtime with all these unders? So I've heard tight game about 6 times also.
I don't think it's that tight of a game, but
I mean, I don't see it, but that's,
no.
I hear tight game, so it's like kind of so I'm asking.
Javon, man, you nailed it from the start. It's been a home series, like you said, from game 1.
Said the home team would win every game.
That's what he said, man. That's what he said.
Right here. So I watched the show.
That's why we watch the show. That's why I'm the host, but I also listen to these guys. Y'all hear me give credit all the time, man. Part of why I'm so good is shit. I talk to the best handicappers on the planet every single day. Hey, perks of being here at Pick Dogs. Javon, talk to me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna attack the first quarter. I'm not even gonna look at the side. I'll just look at the total. Game 7, you already know what that's about. So usually what happens in Game 7s is this: the referee swallow the whistle, especially in the first quarter. And with 2 defensive leaning teams, you're gonna see a lot of bricks in this one. You're gonna see a lot of stretches where you're gonna see at least a 3-minute stretch from one of these teams where they're not gonna score. It's really simple as that. And I'm just talking about the first quarter because everything's on the line. It's for all the marbles, and you see these players get tight. You know what I'm saying? So, winner moves on, loser goes home. So the human element of it is, some of these guys are going to be squeezing their ass cheeks a little bit. It's going to be a little tight out there. you know, and you're gonna see it extremely low. As far as I'm concerned, you're gonna see an extremely low total for this one. I think one or both of these teams might not make it to 20.
The 22-21 type of quarter.
Something like that, you know. And as the game goes on, it progresses, you know, all the jitters, you know, get out the way. You might see an uptick in scoring, but, you know, isolate the first quarter. Love the under.
I like the under too. I'll take the first quarter. I'll take the full game. I'm not really worried about overtime. First two games of the series in Cleveland, here's where the final scores: 97-83, 96-86. I think we're looking at something really similar here in this one. The reason I say that is because at the beginning of the series, we know the nerves are really tight. Everybody, you know, the rim looks smaller than what it usually does in the regular season. That's kind of how the players felt. Well, you get that feeling here in Game 7 times 2. All right, times 2. It's the biggest game for a lot of these players here in this game, man. And I just think, like they said, for teams that are defensive anyway, oh my God, man, this might be like a defensive masterclass. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't see no real reason to try to. I like the under. Y'all know I record the jam session every day, so I'm kind of exposed. But I'm on the Magic, fam. Short, sweet, simple. I'm taking them straight up money line. It is what it is. Reason I'm doing so is, bro, I just think that it kind of correlates with the under. If it's going to be a defensive style game, I'm taking the better defensive team, which is the Magic. I know this has been a home dominated series. I've been on the Magic every game this series. Disclaimer. But it's because I thought that this was such a tight series, and all I needed the Magic to do was steal one on the road. That game last game was what was that? Game 5 was super close in Cleveland. The Magic had the lead late in that basketball game. They just let it wither away. The key component to me, though, was that fourth quarter in that last game, in Game 6. Donovan Mitchell was the only person that scored a basket in the fourth quarter for Cleveland. The only player. Nobody else scored a basket. Mobley didn't. Garland didn't. Nobody. Only person that scored a bucket was Donovan Mitchell. And that's not winning basketball to me, man. I don't think he is that type of player that's going to take you to the promised land. I'm sorry. I've been consistent.
The other guys are due. That means they're due.
Nah, I don't think so. I've been consistent with that. I think money on the table. Which one are you asking me? Do I trust more? Donovan Mitchell to take over the fourth quarter and win this game, or the Magic defense? I trust the Magic defense. That's just me personally, and I think that's how the game shakes out. So I'm on Orlando. I'm going to take them straight up money line. And in all honesty, I think this is Donovan Mitchell's last game in the Cleveland Cavs jersey. He will be somewhere else next year. 9 times out of 10, I think he's in Brooklyn. So I see it shaping out. And Magic move on and probably lose 4-1 to Boston. But they're going to be a covering machine in the series. That's how I see it shaking out. That's how I see the NBA today, fellas. Let's talk a little hockey. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but we got 2 games today. We got game 1, Hurricanes-Rangers. I know, Mitch. I know.
I thought they canceled the rest of the thing.
We got East second round, game 1, Hurricanes-Rangers. And then again, we got the best 2 words in sports, game 7. We got my Dallas Stars at home, at the crib, with the defending Stanley Cup champs rolling in. The Golden Knights, man. Should be a hell of a series. Hell of a game today. I probably am going. Hey, y'all know I don't really handicap hockey all that well. Or not well. I think I was like 48% on the season. I say that to say I'm the homer. I'm taking my Stars today. It's just that simple. All right. We're getting it done. I'm in the building. Let's go, Stars. Let's move on. Mitch, anything for you here in the hockey today?
Vegas. This is a team that's played in a lot of these game 7s. They have the experience, and I think it comes through for them today.
Fair.
Also, Rangers against the Hurricane. I don't even think Carolina should have a hockey team.
If my Stars win, can I have that hat that you have on?
Nope. This is a gift. This was a gift when the team started. So
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm keeping it.
I know. You always say the reason I want it because he always has it on around me. So it's
Well, in Vegas, I wear it because people think I'm a local if I
Yeah.
wear it. So it makes I get better treatment in the casinos.
fair. I've seen it work.
It works, man. Trust me.
Brian, anything for you in hockey today?
Well, everybody knows I hate to agree with Mitch, but I like the Vegas Golden Knights here. I mean, they won the first 2 games in Dallas, and I don't like laying minus 150 on any hockey game. And Vegas has the experience, so for me, I would lean towards the plus money in the Golden Knights.
Kevin, anything for you in hockey today?
I would lean towards the Rangers just because they have stability at the goalie position. Who knows who Carolina's going to start? And it's a toss-up every night, and Frederic has been horrible in these playoffs.
David, anything for you in hockey today?
Showing off, he knows players.
Name
No,
drop.
I'm showing off on how to say a name.
I'm surprised you can pronounce it.
I think both of these games are lower scoring. Carolina and New York, very good defensive teams, and game 7s in the NHL are usually very low scoring. So I think you could even move that Golden Knights Stars. It's at 5.5 right now, but the under 5.5 is minus 135. I think you could move it down to 5 or 4.5 and be okay.
If Brian's ripping your name pronunciations, you got problems because he's the king of the Castillo and the Illinois.
David, what's the first quarter total or first period total in that Stars? Because I ain't gonna lie, I might go over. I bet at all 3 in Dallas in this series, and they've all been high scoring, and then it gets really low scoring. So if it's like 1.5 in the first period,
I mean it's gonna be. I'm pulling it up right now, but it's gonna be 1.5, and it'll just be juiced to the under.
So I would take the over first period in that game. I think it's gonna.
Jay, what are they getting for tickets in Dallas for these games? $35?
I wish. I wish.
It's 1.5, Jay. The over is plus 110.
I'm there. I think it finishes 1-1 at the end of the first period. Let's see. Sean, anything for you in hockey today?
Yeah, I'm tempted to take the over in that Stars Knights game as well. Last night we had I had the under last night in that game. That was a different type of game with the Bruins and the Leafs. I think the Knights and the Stars can put some goals on the board in this one. And the price always in hockey, you're going to see the under kind of priced. It's up to almost minus 145, I think, on the under 5.5. So. They're tempting me with that plus money return on the over in that one. And the other game, my initial thought was Hurricanes, but I think with the Canes, this is the time in the playoffs where they always tend to get a little overvalued. I think the Rangers as a home dog might be worth a shot here in game 1.
Anything for you, Jovan?
I'll put my 3-0 NHL show pick and 3-1 premium pick on the line of the NHL. We're going to roll with the Rangers, and we're going to roll with the Vegas Golden Knights. It's a nice little 2-teamer for you.
Fair enough. That brings us to everybody's actual favorite part of the show. Or a lot of people. Not really. Not the core, but a lot of people's favorite part, which is parlay time. Ruflo not here to lead us off like he usually does. So, Mitch, you have to in turn do it. Who you parlaying up today, my man?
Marlins with the Giants, with the Royals.
Brian.
Texas Rangers money line, San Francisco Giants money line, and the Vegas Golden Knights on the money line.
David.
Mariners money line. We got the Red Sox on the money line. And then we're going to go ahead and take the Phillies on the money line.
David.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mariners money line, Cubs money line, and the Magic money line.
Sean.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm just going to flip around on yesterday's. I'm going to go Royals money line and Astros money line.
Javon.
Yeah, I got 2 3-teamers, Rays, Royals, Phillies, and then the first 5 3-teamer, Tigers, Yankees under first 5. Mets, Rays under first 5. Brewers, Cubs under first 5.
I'm gonna throw out a random 5-teamer just for the hell of it. Teams I don't like betting. Y'all know I usually like these type of parlays. When I'm betting teams that I don't like betting, usually I just parlay them together. Astros money line, Marlins money line, O's money line, and then or 4-teamer, and then the Stars. Add the Stars on there. So 3 teams in Major League Baseball I don't like really, and then my Stars. That's how we're gonna get it done.
One hockey team you don't like?
Nah, I love them boys. Let's go. And it's the last one, so that'll be the last leg. I'll have something to sweat while I'm in the game. All right, fellas. Any last words from any of you gentlemen before we get on up out of here on this money-making Sunday? No final words?
No, the playback.
Oh, yes. So I'll be live on playback here in about an hour and a half for Magic Cavs. I'll sit here and watch it with you boys. I ain't doing nothing. So
you'll do it live first, right? To let everybody know on here on YouTube. Like
sure.
Link. Yeah, just go on for like 20 seconds. Just say I'm going live on playback. Put the link in, the description so they know where to go. Just click on the link.
Sure.
And everybody can join over there.
There you go. So see y'all then. I'll be in there. Money making Sunday. Our best bets are at Pick Dogs Premium. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining us today. Buckle up for tomorrow's show, man. It's Costi and Rufalo coming back, and it's Monday. So we'll see y'all then, man. We're out of here. Peace.